I love what I do, because I remember there are moments I'm on set and I just get moments where you're so present. It's like you are God in motion, in creation. You're just opening up yourself to ideas and concepts, and I realize that there's a calling here, and it keeps bringing me closer to this art, this place of purpose. If everything else fails, like, this is something I hold dear, yes, and yes, it's been one of the best decisions I've made to be an artist, to be specific, an editorial makeup artist, yeah. So my name is Judah Judah Odei. Inshira means blessed one. Judah means praise. Yeah, so that's my name. I am a makeup artist. I'm an artist, yes, but I'm in the field of makeup. So Mike, we went to school together. We met in Legon. It's University of Ghana. You happen to be in my class. Since then, our friendship has even gone beyond, the classroom. And here I am with Mike, having this amazing interview. So
5 years later.
Yeah, 5 years later, can you imagine? I was just then, Mike is like, yo, I'll be coming to Africa and I might as well just, pass through Ghana. And I'm like, bro, dope, let's do it. And so Mike, he's loved his time here, I promise you. Like, he's really, there have been some here and there, but he's had a good time, yeah. When Mike said he was coming down, I was thinking, Mike being a photographer, videographer, what can we do, and I'm working on a second business. It's called Labote Duna in French, and Labote Duna means the beauty of black, a curation of African inspired products, or African inspired or produced skincare, beauty, makeup, hair products as well. And so, thinking of how Mike is coming down, we could take this opportunity and create content, not just like for content's sake, but for a purpose. Everyone feels like makeup is gender specific, but as long as you're a human being, you're supposed to be taking care of yourself, and your skin is a major part of yourself. In fact, your skin is your largest organ, and it's the organ that is exposed to people. So why not protect this resource, this asset, and treat it like you would treat any other thing that's important to you? Yeah, and so it was makeup content basically, and we went to the mountains to just create something. I had no idea in mind. I literally had nothing in mind, but I was like, I've not really done work where I've been filmed, or I've been the main character. It's usually my works that you see. Nobody really sees me. Yeah, that's how it's been. Even now you can't see me. Yeah. Yeah. Looking through my whole portfolio, realizing that there's not really much information about who Judah himself is. The name of my makeup business is Judah's Makeover, and so no one really sees me. But looking at the way things have been going here and there, I just realized that it's about time I, stepped into the light and got not attention. I don't like attention, but this is Judah. Yeah. So that's it. And we created some really nice content. It was simple, very natural makeup. I believe in the fact that makeup is not meant to make you beautiful. Everyone is beautiful in their own way. We all have that inner beauty, and it's up to you to connect within and radiate that beauty without. Looking at makeup from this perspective, I don't depend on makeup products to make people beautiful. I just try to enhance, look at the face, look at the features. I approach it from the point of view of an artist. So what needs to work over here, and then looking at that, we just promote it from there. And yeah, it's a skill and it's an art, and I've been able to master it like an artist. Initially, when I was starting, I didn't, just set off and say I want to be a makeup artist. I got interest in hair. So I started doing like hair, and it was very expensive because you need to buy bundles, you need to buy a mannequin, you need to get like glue and stuff, and it was a lot because I was attending, I was in college by then, so it was a bit tough handling college at the same time, doing the hair. But during vacations, I got like some leeway to do that. It's just the funds weren't really funding, you know. So I just decided to go online, and on the Instagram, you know, the explore section, all you see is like a representation of who you are on your explore feed. So I'm like, I see nice cars, I see paintings, I see architecture, I see nice girls, I see makeup, I see beautiful stuff. And so what I concluded from this was that I am definitely an artist. I find beauty in aesthetic stuff. But what is this telling me? Instantly I was like, I think I want to do makeup. And I had a female friend. I told her we organized days we could get like hair and maybe we don't have classes on those days, so we just organize and then meet on my balcony. And so through that I gained confidence. There were some friends that would laugh at you. There were some friends that would go like, what are you doing, you know? But that's the thing, if you know what you're really doing, no one can cause your faith in what you're doing to waver. So through that, over the years, it's worked out. And there are times you go all the way somewhere, you're called by a photographer, you go and work and they give you like 10 CDs. It's not even enough for food, but you take it, and it's a gradual process. We've built from there, and today we've worked with Puma, there's Dazed Fashion, we've worked with 80s Magazine, we've worked with Charlotte Mensah from London, but we've worked with a couple brands. And you know, and it's very amazing to be in a space where you feel fulfilled because of what you do. Initially you don't really get that spark because you don't even know what you're doing. You know, you're just doing makeup, but eventually it gets to the point where you know exactly what you're meant to do. And what got me into editorial was, and try to grind myself in the present moment, you know, observe what's going on around me, but then pay attention to the inner dialogue. It was around these moments I was doing a lot of affirmations and manifestations. And there was one time I was looking at the sun setting while the plane was passing, and I saw myself seated in the plane watching the sun setting as I was standing on the earth. Yes, you wouldn't believe that 2 weeks later I was called for a gig, and this gig demanded that we fly to accommodation paid, everything paid, and it was an editorial gig, and that was like one of the biggest, not biggest so far, but that was like the breakthrough. It's made me know what I am and what I'm doing, and it made me understand that nobody will say you are until you say I am, you know. And it really grounded me in what I wanted to do and who I wanted to be, you know. Yeah, it's been 5 years in the making, but as of now I've been able to make things work to the point where I started 2 years as a freelancer. I'm still a freelancer, all right, but 3 years professionally, you know, doing makeup on a more professional scale. That's where things have gotten to as of now, and I'm really appreciative of the things that have worked out to make this a success, and also my perseverance, because there were a lot of challenges, but through it all I realized anyone who has picked up something to do does not just blow up within a day. It took time for anyone who calls themselves a master to become a master. It takes at least 10,000 hours of practice. Looking at these things, I want to become a master. I want to be an artist. I want to be like a sensei. And I looked at it from that point of view and decided to persist regardless of the support that wasn't coming and the funds I wasn't getting. And eventually you got people supporting you and going like, yo, we see your works here, we see your works here. Yo, it's really, you know, I don't even know how to explain it, but yeah, it's just overwhelming sometimes, you know. Yeah, it's not been easy because in a space where art is not as appreciated as much, it's very difficult to be the one that's seen, you know. And yeah, it takes a lot of inspiring yourself and positive self-talk, let me say, you know. Yeah, a lot of positive self-talk to make it up to this point, you know. My parents were both artists. My dad was a teacher. He was an art teacher using like metallic pieces to make sculptures and stuff, candle holders. So I kind of had this innate nature of an artist. My brother used to be a photographer, he's now a banker. And yeah, and that's the turn of events. My sister used to be, no, my sister is still like growing, but she could draw. I quite remember she liked, drawing and all that, and very smart girl, intelligent. But now she's studying biochemical engineering. So I'm literally the only one holding on to this really tight, and I know that I'm really going to break through. It's just a matter of time, So as I mentioned, my second business is Labote Duna. So basically, this is a space that I wanted to curate as an African, to have a central point where you can have all skincare, all makeup, not all per se, but like there are standards, like everyone has got standards. So skincare, makeup, body care, hair care, in one central point, so as to solve the problem of having people go around looking for research, which one is the best, does this work, or I have to test it to know if it works before I can say, okay, I want to use it. To solve all of that, there are reviews that can even be given out to help you know if this works or not and all that. So you are solving the problem, at the same time providing a platform, a base on which other brands can say, oh, this is a thriving brand, this is a brand that is like standing out for African inspired products or African produced products. We would like to align ourselves with this brand, because at the end of the day, we are not just going to be on that platform, but through collaborations, we are also promoting our own products, you understand, and eventually it's going to get to the point where the brand itself is going to have its own products, and it blows up from there. So that's basically what Labote Duna is. In addition to certain services that will be provided, like skincare consultations, facial massages, it's a whole big thing. So that's the second business that's still in its infancy stages, and works are in the pipeline to make sure that it gets really solid. I know it will get there. I see it. Yeah. Okay, so if you're looking for me, I'm available on social media platforms. I'm available on Instagram as Judah's Makeover. My skincare page is Labote Duna. Yeah, we are going to continue this conversation, but I'm about to enter into a game of Uno with Mike. So stay tuned for that session. All right.
That was money.
Money. Yeah.
That was money.
For real. Oh,
Yeah,
that's lovely. That's lovely.
Yeah, that was perfect.
That's lovely. That's amazing.